Hello and welcome to In Depth with TommieMedia. I'm Errol Mickelson. Professor Skye Anderson has spearheaded the new game design minor at St. Thomas, getting it officially established in fall 2022. Dr. Skye, as he's called, teaches visual media and advises TommieMedia. He also designs games. Since joining the faculty in 2020, Dr. Skye has published 6 academic papers covering disability in video games. He's in the process of writing his first book, titled Ability Machines: What Video Games Mean for Disability. I'm here with Dr. Skye to discuss his research, teaching, and views of the video game industry. Thank you for coming in today.
Nice to be here.
Dr. Skye, you recently created the game design minor at St. Thomas. What does this new minor offer students?
The game design minor offers students the ability to learn how to make games. So in the game design class, DEMA 246, students learn an introductory game engine, which is software we use to make games. They learn some basic principles of scripting languages to write into the game engine what we want the games to do, and we form teams in order to make the games. And so students take their idea from concept to prototype to final product, and some of my students have even put their games online for others to play.
Oh, that's incredible. What are your plans for expanding the game design curriculum?
We want to turn it into a major. So right now we are seeing a lot of interest from students in the minor. I keep signing up new students for the game design minor almost every month. And the class is filled every semester that we've offered it. We want to add additional classes, start collaborating with other departments to really expand the scope of what teaching game design at St. Thomas looks like, and hopefully bring in other faculty to teach different subject matter. The end goal being we want students to leave with a game design major and pursue work in the gaming industry or pursue a graduate program or graduate work in game design.
Okay. You've created some video games yourself. Where do you find inspiration for these games?
Oh, the games I make are small, artistic, expressive little experiences you can play for free on my website. And usually I come up with a game design idea when I'm trying to communicate something and it's frustrating or difficult to communicate. For instance, when I write papers, conclusions are tough for me, and I wanted to make a game about how writing conclusions is difficult or annoying, so I made a game where players experience some of that frustration with me. I made a different game about going through a faith transition because I went through a faith transition. I've made a game about what it feels like to lose track of your kid at a busy playground. Mostly these little experiences are ways for me to express myself when I normally can't find the words to do so.
Okay. Your upcoming book is centered around video games' relationship with disability. Can you tell us more about your book's content?
Oh yeah, totally. So the book is titled Ability Machines: What Video Games Mean for Disability, and that subtitle really encapsulates it all. It is about what video games mean for disability. And in it, I have a lot of case studies that examine the relationship between disability and video games. For instance, there's a section of the book that looks at accessibility. What are games doing that are interesting in terms of accessibility and increasing the potential audience for these games. I have chapters that look at how games portray disability and how games portray mental health and mental illness through interactive mechanics. I have some case studies in that book that look at games journalism, like gaming news sites, for how they talk about accessibility and disability. It's a broad survey of the subject matter, and I'm really excited to be revising it right now for publication.
Nice. How do you incorporate your accessibility research into your game design classes?
Well, I care deeply about accessibility, not only in video games, but in all areas of life, because good design tends to be accessible design. When I teach game design and when I teach my game design students, I want them to learn about good design principles. And oftentimes good design is learning how to include a diverse audience with varied backgrounds and experiences in gaming, and includes people with disabilities. I teach my students that there are certain accessibility features that every game should have, like the ability to what we call remap inputs, or change what buttons do in the game. That game should have good color or visual clarity, that all spoken language should have subtitles, things like that. Just good design.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in today. If you have a topic you would like covered on In Depth, tweet us at TommieMedia. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest TommieMedia videos. With Sky Anderson, I'm Errol Mickelson. We'll see you next time we go in depth on TommieMedia.